am so excited for call-ins today because apparently Voltar, if you weren't here yesterday, you didn't hear the Florida fan that called in and just absolutely
trashed what Voltar say in the chat over there?
Tennessee. Voltar said he's been hiding in a dark room.
He's been in a dark room since yesterday.
Yeah, every time he looks out a window, it starts raining.
I just keep envisioning like Eminem in 8 Mile, like he's in there like writing stuff.
Hoodie,
in the bathroom,
hoodie pulled up.
Like this. Like just
Mom, spaghetti.
Yeah.
I might call in today.
Yeah.
Voltar's over there like this right here in the
You're going to call in from here?
He's nervous already.
Yeah, I can't. I cannot wait, man. Got a great show today. We're getting close to the weekend. Got football tomorrow. Went 9-1 in Major League Baseball bets yesterday.
I'm telling you, I was telling Jay, like, look, I don't like betting baseball.
I don't either.
But I keep getting it right.
It's just the weirdest thing.
Look, I love it. I was 2-0. Helped the group.
Nats came through for your
Nats
came through.
Look, playing the White Sox. Look, when you identify a punching bag, you punch that bag.
You punch it.
And I hate to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, for Shapiro, I want them to be great, but they are not.
No, they're not.
They need to go through this.
No, they need to come to Nashville.
Yeah.
They need to become the Nashville Hot Chickens. Texas A&M hosts Auburn this weekend to begin SEC play. Dartmouth apparently has a basketball team. And we'll give you our best bets for college football and the NFL this weekend. I'm Jake Crane. It's Wednesday. We're jacked and tan here at Crane & Company. Auburn faces its toughest test of the Hugh Freeze era this Saturday in College Station. And while there's no such thing as a moral victory, regardless of what happens this weekend, Auburn is on the right track. Now, that isn't to say that losing is acceptable or that Auburn fans shouldn't be disappointed if it's a bad outcome or result. But sometimes you have to be able to see the beach through the forest. The truth is, with Brian Harsin, Auburn was on a hamster wheel. And the fan base was splintered as well as the program. They weren't aligned. They weren't together. Recruiting was just, man, the excitement level overall for the future was as low as I could remember. Now, this year, they enter College Station with a brand new roster, bolstered by the transfer portal. And while the game could be a huge stepping stone if they win, from a personnel standpoint, if we're going to play a game of let's be honest, it's going to be pretty tough. Why? Because Jimbo's been stacking quality recruiting class on top of quality recruiting class for a while. And the depth for the Aggies pretty much well surpasses what Auburn has right now. And it should. That's the timeline of events. Now, even though A&M has yet to break through, these programs are on two different levels development-wise. Auburn enters with a big disadvantage and is on the road in a crazy place that, ironically, they've actually done pretty well in. Now, Auburn fans are and should be hopeful entering this game. But know this. With Hugh Freeze at the helm, this will be the biggest year of disadvantages Auburn will have during his tenure. And they will have to take their lumps. It's part of it. Now, if it does go bad this weekend, Auburn fans will be pissed. But I caution you not to overreact or lose hope because this staff, unlike their predecessors, is actually capable of getting Auburn back to a place where they can walk into these games lacking nothing. Now, I do want to reiterate, Auburn can win this game. It isn't out of the realm of possibility. But fan is short for fanatical for a reason. And while most of you won't listen and will be devastated if Auburn looks less than perfect, understand it's a marathon, not a sprint. Now, having said all of that, the pressure is all on Texas A&M. They have to have this game. Now, we've heard reports from Feldman and other guys of boosters putting together their piggy banks, which are deeper than the Atlantic Ocean, in case this does go south with Jimbo this year. So in a sense, Auburn's kind of playing with house money, and that can be pretty dangerous. Now, it's a complex equation at a place like Auburn where the standard should never be lowered, but reality must be understood. And in year one, regardless of the outcome this Saturday, just remember that. Auburn is in good hands with Hugh Freeze and company. They really are. And also, patience isn't just for doctors and therapists. I'm going to bring in my co-host, former Michigan quarterback David Cohn, my brother, former Western State Colorado wide receiver Blaine Crane. Going into this game, my whole point is this. Auburn can win. It's a possibility. They need to catch some breaks. We're going to go into how they can win. But if you look at the the futures for Auburn, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're in such better hands with Hugh Freeze and what they've been able to bring in, not only from an on-the-field standpoint, but from an off-the-field standpoint in recruiting, being able to go out and evaluate and develop guys.
Feels like the program has a lot of confidence right now.
A lot of life.
A lot of life. That's a good way to put it, which we knew was going to happen if Hugh Freeze got the head coaching job. We talk a lot in fighting that different styles make interesting fights. I feel that for this game. That's why I'm so excited for this. But it's not so much a scheme thing to me as what you were talking about, where these programs are just at different places right now. I mean, two great college football programs at very different places right now. With you look at Hugh Freeze in year one, and I agree with you with Jimbo Fisher having all of the pressure right now. I circled this game before the beginning of the year because I thought, man, if Hugh Freeze, despite lacking the personnel he wants, if he can really play those first 3 games with a lot of confidence and get a lot of momentum at Auburn, and then on the flip side of that, Texas A&M sort of does what we saw last year and the last couple seasons where, some panic sets in early, I'm going to pick Auburn in this football game. But despite Texas A&M losing to Miami, I didn't feel like panic had set in. Yeah. I think Miami's just good again, and they lost a game on the road. I didn't feel like, hey, everything's crumbling right now out in College Station. So that makes it even more intriguing now because you have Hugh Freeze coming in, going to run this offense in year one. My question to you, though, is what if that panic sort of starts to set in against in the middle of the Auburn game because Auburn is able to come in free and loose and no expectations and everyone's picking them to lose and because they are sort of playing with house money? What happens then for Texas A&M?
Well, I think that'd be the perfect scenario for Auburn if Texas A&M starts to press, right? Because again, look, you can sit here and Jimbo's not calling a team meeting saying, hey guys, listen, if we don't win this game, they're going to fire me. But just as a human being, as a player on the team, you know what's going on around you. Mm-hmm. You know the pressure that's around you. The way they played against Miami, like you said, I agree with you. I think it said more about Miami than it did about A&M. But if it goes bad early, if you're Auburn, you always want to come out, if you're the team on the road or if you're the team at home, you always want to have a good start. But the longer you hang around in this game, the more that crowd's going to start to feel that pressure, and the more that team and that coaching staff's going to start to feel that pressure. So that's perfect scenario for Auburn. But when I do look at this game, I don't think this is a great matchup for Auburn, to be honest with you, for a couple reasons. One of the biggest questions we've had about this Auburn team going in is their ability to rush the passer, right? They've got a couple guys that are coming back from injury in the secondary, and that's great. But from a getting to the quarterback standpoint, A&M has not run the ball well this year. It's actually somewhat similar to last year, which has surprised me with the amount of guys they had coming back and how much talent I think those guys have. They haven't been great in the front seven on defense either. Not inept, but they haven't been what a lot of us thought they were going to be, at least to this point. So if you're Auburn and you're able to stop the run, right? You're able to make them one-dimensional, but you can't get to the passer. Connor Wegman and this group of receivers with Evan Stewart and Anais Smith, with Donovan Green at tight end, they're going to put the ball, they're going to score points. Sure. And I look at this Auburn offense on the flip side, and I still have a lot. The RPO, this is what it's built for, right? This type of game for Peyton Thorne. And he struggled to read some of it, right? That he made a couple reads last week, and it's going to be hard to be perfect. You want to be as close to perfect as possible. But I don't know if he's to a point now where Auburn can go out there and score 31 points against this A&M defense. And if they cannot get to the passer, and Connor Wegman, who we've been very high on during the offseason, he looks pretty damn good to me right now, you're not able to get to him, not only can he beat you from the pocket, and you can't cover guys for 7 seconds, but he can extend the play on the outside of the pocket, and that's when they hit you for big plays, and then all of a sudden, you start to get worried about the pass, then it opens up the run, and then they're able to take back that balance. So that's the thing on Auburn's side defensively, Blaine, when I look at this game that would worry me when I'm sitting here looking at it from an Auburn standpoint.
Yeah, looking at this game, I feel like this is going to be a tough matchup for Auburn. And Auburn does play A&M usually well. This game's on the road, sitting at -7.5 for A&M. But if you're Auburn, roster-wise, obviously A&M has a better roster. I think they're better up front on both sides of the ball. I think maybe defense, you can have I think Auburn's defense is playing one of the best in the SEC, but Auburn hasn't been tested yet, right? The toughest opponent they've played is Cal, right, and won by 4 points. A&M, even in a loss, when on the road in Miami, they've seen it. They
know your deficiency.
Yes, you know who you are. Auburn's still trying to find out who they are. And look, Hugh Freeze is the guy, all right? We all know this, but this takes time, all right? If we lose this game, it's not Hugh Freeze's fault. It's Brian Hartsone's fault, all right? It takes time to fix stuff like this. Peyton Thorne, great story. Hansel and Gretel, love it. He's not the guy. He's not the guy.
You don't think Peyton Thorne's the guy?
I don't think Peyton Thorne's the guy.
For the long run, for the long run, are you talking about this year?
We don't have another guy this year.
Well,
so unless they call David Michigan, then we're going to be in trouble.
Well, here's where I'll kind of push back against you a little bit. Watching Peyton Thorne, he runs better than what I thought, which is a huge part in this style system. Auburn can't get into the carousel of, oh, here goes Peyton Thorne for 3 plays, here comes Robbie Ashford for 3 plays. Robbie Ashford needs to come out in 3rd and short, 4th and short, and goal-to-go situations, and you have to have a package where he's able to throw the ball in those situations. It doesn't mean that it's quarterback 1A and 1B. Peyton Thorne needs to be the starter. Peyton Thorne's have to play well. Like, I know that's not a huge revelation at quarterback, but if Peyton Thorne is going to be the guy that Auburn fans hope he can be, this is the game where he's got to do it. You went on the road against Cal and played bad. Peyton Thorne played bad. From the first, really should have had a pick 6, fumble, scoop 6, whatever you want to call it, on the first drive against Cal. So we don't know if Peyton Thorne's going to be able to go in there and man up and say, I'm going to be the guy on the road. We don't know that yet. And that's going to a place, it's called the 12th man for a reason. And then on the other side, you got a guy in Connor Wegman that's a dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he's a dog. Dude can spin it. He's got moxie. He's got nuance as a thrower. And when I look at Auburn's personnel up front, I think Auburn is going to be able to run the ball somewhat in this game.
Okay.
Not for 8 yards a pop, but run it well enough where that RPO works.
Yes.
He's got it. This has to be the best reading game that Peyton Thorne has from an RPO standpoint. Because if Auburn can do that, I think you're going to see Auburn maybe go some more up-tempo in this game. They started taking shots, some shots down the field more against Samford, but you got to stay out of the 3rd and 8s and the 3rd and 9s, and a lot of that is when Peyton Thorne makes bad decisions. Can he run it well enough? Can he read it well enough? Because his intermediate passing game is pretty good, and he actually throws a better deep ball than I thought.
Agreed on all that. And I just want everyone watching this game this weekend to appreciate the offensive minds that are involved.
We talk
about Hugh Freeze and Bobby Petrino and Jimbo Fisher. Just look at all the things they do from an offense and from a schematic standpoint. It's going to be something to watch. And I agree with you on a few points there, especially when you talk about, like, Texas A&M could win this football game if they don't run the ball well still.
Yeah.
They could win this game if they have the most penalties, right? I don't think Texas A&M is going to win if they turn the football over.
Well, see, that's
Auburn's definitely not good.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing we saw, especially when it came to Miami.
I agree.
And even one of those interceptions, I mean, look, we talked about it, like the Texas A&M receiver fell down. Even Connor Wegman put his first interception right on the money. So can Auburn not only get to him, but maybe force a couple turnovers, a fumble here, or special teams maybe?
That's
you steal
exactly
a possession or two with a muffed punt. Those are the kind of things that could keep Auburn.
You always want to win as a team, but the only way Auburn's winning this is if they play complementary football in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special team plays clean. Auburn's had a turnover problem early in the year. Look, we got to live in the real world with A&M and Miami too, right? A&M blocked a punt, which you earned that. You earned that block punt. Miami dropped a punt inside the 15-yard line. So it's to me, it is always the battle of playing clean. But again, I'll say this. Auburn could shut down the run and still give up 38 points in this game because they can't get to the quarterback, if they can't get to the quarterback. But we want to know what you think. 1-855-236-3228. We're going to open the phone lines at 7:15 a.m. Central. That's 8:15 a.m. Eastern. Going to get to the Booster Club in 1 second. By the way, make sure you subscribe. If you're not, hit that like button as well. Turn the notification bell on and drop a comment in. It really helps in the algorithm. We appreciate it. The chat's been fantastic. Just hit over 100,000 subscribers the other day. We're very excited about that, so we appreciate you guys. If you enjoy the content, it helps us, it helps you, it helps the world. Rumor has it combats climate change, but I don't want to go deep into that. But speaking about the climate, okay? Are you walking in your closet not feeling good about the climate or what you got going on in there? Well, our friends over at Indochino, they'll take your style to the next level. All right, it's fall time. All right, my wife just put up an archway with like orange leaves on it. Check Facebook, it looks pretty sweet. And dressing for success can help you look better and be more confident. Look, you got to look good to play good, guys. Nobody's ever doubting that. So whether you're attending an important meeting, maybe a networking event, maybe you want to just impress your colleagues, or I don't know, that one chick from work, Meghan Markle style in suits, maybe you're trying to pull one of those off. Good luck. From business casual, dress shirts, camp shirts, blazers, and tailgate attire, Indochino, offers a wide variety of options for every occasion. It's a Paul Johnson, Georgia Tech situation, all these options out here. David, you've ordered a suit. I've ordered a suit. Blaine's ordered a suit. The ordering process was unbelievably easy, but it's not just suits. I'm telling you, their bag is deep. I'm talking Santa Claus deep. So add fresh layers to your fall style with Indochino. That's Indochino.com, Indochino, and use our code BOOSTER, BOOSTER, to get 10% off any purchase of $399 or more, which when you look at what they have compared to the prices of similar stuff, not as good at other places, it's not even close. That's Indochino.com. Use promo code BOOSTER and send us some pictures. If you've ordered some Indochino stuff, we want to know.
Pictures.
And also, merch alert. We're gonna put the link to Crane & Company merch shop into the chat. Go grab that. We got some great ideas coming down the pipe from a merch standpoint. Got some designs, some beautiful, beautiful, delicious designs. So go check that out. Buy the rest of those, what we got, and let's get on to the Club de la Booster.
Let's get it. Cole Frink with the $2 donation. Coley, what's up, bud? Can't stay today.
What?
LeBron is mid and MJ's a goat. Wow, you're mid today, Cole. You can't stay.
Cole, if I want to hear
Cole?
excuses, I'll talk to prisoners.
Exactly. Let's go to Devin21, coming in with some facts. A&M allows QB pressures 40% of the time. Auburn's defense should be able to cause some trouble.
Ooh.
I mean, you say that, and again, I'm not saying you're wrong, Dev, but Auburn's got to prove that. Like, just A&M's got the guys up front to be able. They're not playing. This isn't Miami's front seven. Like, Auburn's got to be able to prove it. And you know what? I hope I'm wrong. We're all a fan of somebody, right? But at the end of the day, I've got to see it from Auburn before I believe it and can just look at the numbers and say, oh yeah, Auburn's going to get there. I've got to see it against a quality opponent. We don't know yet.
All right, let's go with Texas Ed. He said, I know it's jumping the gun, but what do you think about Malik Murphy going to Auburn next year when Arch Manning takes over the offense at Texas? P.S. Scares me to death.
I like.
You like the sound
Fits
of
the
that.
system perfect.
You've been big on him for a while.
Yeah, again, I think he's going to leave Texas because the whole narrative is Arch Manning to be the quarterback, starting at Texas once Quinn Ewers goes pro. After this season, going into the SEC, it's going to be one of the biggest narratives in college football. And Malik Murphy is going to be 13 flavors of pissed off, and he's going to transfer to somewhere that gets to play Texas or eventually gets to play Texas. Why don't you...
if you're Malik, you really want to go to an explosive offense. Maybe
Yeah.
a guy who's proven it as a coordinator, a guy who's beat Saban, a guy who can get you outside the pocket on the run, get you in the right situation. Malik, I wonder where that is.
Malik, listen, I don't want to be accused of tampering or
Alabama.
anything like that, but, you know...
No, it's a lot. They're turning on Saban. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go now. Let's go to S.J. Dillard Park with a $2 donation. Appreciate it, S.J. Don't sleep on Auburn's secondary. Lockdown, baby.
Not worried about Auburn's secondary.
Lockdown, baby.
Auburn's got that's the best part of their defense.
Our boy
You
Zach
get Nehemiah
Etheridge over there.
Pritchett back. They're getting some. You got DJ James over there. Look, Auburn's got a lot of talent in the secondary. Not worried about the secondary. It's the front seven that scares.
You can only cover for so long.
You can only cover for so long.
All right, let's go to Jalen Hurts Cannon with a $5 donation. Says, I love Auburn with all my heart. We'll be a top-tier program in 2026, but we're about to get absolutely curb stomped. But
Yeah, we're going to get into bets. There's a couple, and listen, I don't want to piss Auburn fans off, but...
I'm going to piss y'all off. Y'all better get ready.
Yeah.
Y'all best get ready.
Yeah. What else we got?
All right, let's go to USA Out. He says, prediction time, baby. Auburn takes down A&M and flips Cam Coleman. War damn Eagle.
Wow. That would be
There you go.
That's
Have a weekend.
what do they say? It's double in Jeopardy, whatever. Daily double.
Yeah.
We actually have that noise.
Let's go to Hobo Joe. He says,
Hobo Joe.
Meghan Markle, bro. Shaking my head. You should have went Gal Gadot.
No, listen, I've got reprimanded for Gal Gadot at certain places at home.
You got reprimanded?
Well, Reed wasn't exactly thrilled that I kept saying Gal Gadot, so I got to mix it up. You know, we throw a Meghan Markle in there. You know, I don't want to go down this road.
Okay.
You know,
You use Meghan Markle.
Well, yeah.
Meghan Markle.
It was a gee, it's Meghan Markle. It's a similar situation though. You want to look good at work to impress a girl at work. That's what oh boy.
It was a Suits reference.
It was a Suits reference more than a Meghan Markle
Meghan
reference. It was a circumstantial reference.
And I know that because I've seen one episode of Suits.
That a boy. Band of Brothers on Netflix now too.
I saw that yesterday too. I didn't watch. I mean, I saw that it was on.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't want to lie to people.
Love it. All right,
Let's go to Bronco Spud. Hashtag Ask Crane & Co. Will Michigan State hire Nick Avalos?
Andy Avalos?
I'll just read what they put in the prompter, dog.
Yeah, I think you mean Andy Avalos, the head coach at Boise State. You know, I brought up Jeff Lebby the other day at Michigan State, and I'm going to continue to say that's one guy I'd look at. Jeff Traylor, would Jeff Traylor leave kind of his honey hole there in the South to go up to Michigan State? I don't know, but a name I keep hearing and heard it the minute this came out from somebody I trust, Mike Elko.
Mike Elko.
Mike Elko.
Please don't. Like, we don't need you up in East Lansing. Stay at Duke.
See, you're making it personal, but if you're Mike Elko, honestly, though, take the Michigan hat off. If you're Mike Elko, are you taking that job?
No, I want to build something special at Duke like Mike Krzyzewski did.
Yeah.
You know, Duke basketball wasn't anything before Mike Krzyzewski. So Mike Elko, you stay at Duke. You just beat Clemson.
Look, if I'm Mike Elko, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm doing the math. Let's see, Mel Tucker.
This is what we said about Dabo Swinney, right? This is what you say about Dabo Swinney. Like, Dabo Swinney's not going to go to Alabama because he wants to build something special at Clemson.
Well, no. Dabo Swinney didn't want to go to Alabama because he's following Nick Saban. I don't think Bama's going to hire him anyway. I told you that. I think they're going to hire Bill O'Brien.
I think Michigan State should give.
You don't want to be the guy that follows the guy. You know who you want to be? The guy that follows the guy who just got
in
fired
trouble
for allegedly sexually harassing a sexual harassment advocate over the phone, which I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, that's
just
it's 2023 when you hear something.
Can you just hang up the phone? Like it's like
a lot of
the phone by
a lot of
close your laptop,
fans,
dude.
Michigan fans just want Michigan State to give Mel Tucker a second chance.
But if I'm Mike Elko, I'm doing the math. I'm like Mel Tucker fired for cause saved y'all $77 million. Huh? How much is it going to cost for me to go there? How much is it going to cost? I don't know. $77 million.
Yeah, you're paying him for winning 5 games at Colorado. How much are you going to pay old boy at Duke?
Won 9 games.
Yeah. It's like you're the president now.
And beat Clemson. Yeah.
Man, what a great hire.
It'd be half of Serbia.
It'd be an elite hire for them.
It would be a super elite hire. So, look, I'm interested to see how that plays out. A lot still left on the bone with that Mel Tucker situation, though. I'm with Tom Luganville yesterday, man. It's like, I don't think they would have told him they're going to fire him. They got to have a smoking gun. Like, they just got to. You don't bring it to trial if you don't got evidence, man. Like, I know they want to hit that cause button because it saves a lot of money. And I think they realize they got a rawhide wallet instead of Hulk hands. But this is why you don't panic after year 1, right? It's why you don't panic. Jodie Foster. All right, let's get to bets.
Our best bets for week 4. Who wants to start? Who's got a best bet for week 4?
Guys, I'm telling you, there's a couple that I
can walk in with one right now.
You look excited right now.
I'm just looking at the unders have been absolutely balling.
Yeah, which one?
And I'm going to stick with one right here. Okay, and it actually just dropped in real time by a half point. LSU, but I took it yesterday when it was 56.5. Give me LSU Arkansas under 56.5.
Okay.
Apparently, Rocket Sanders allegedly is not going to play.
Okay.
He's going to be out in this game, which makes it's KJ Jefferson versus the world in this one, coming off a game in BYU where it was a letdown. You do want to make up for it, but LSU is humming right now. Love the way that defense played. KJ Jefferson is a monster, but without Rocket Sanders, I mean, he's just a lonely guy on an island out there having to do by himself, and he's having to throw his way. Dan Enos and them are trying to keep him out of harm's way a decent amount. He's going to have to try and throw his way through it. I don't see it. LSU's run game, overtime against Arkansas, I think they're going to lean on him. I feel like LSU right now, God, it just smells like, after the way they played last week, it just smells like a 38-10 game, right? I feel like this is a cover by a touchdown. I locked in the sharp yesterday for my show bet at 56.5, taking the under. The under hit for me in Tennessee, Florida. The under hit for me in Georgia, South Carolina. At the end of the day, I think this is another under because Arkansas isn't going to score that many on LSU, and I think LSU is going to run the ball a lot, including with Jaden Daniels in this game. That's one right out of the gate I like. Another one, I want to get to another one real quick before we move to somebody else, because I got a couple in here that I really feel good about. Wyoming at home against App State, okay? Wyoming plays in the highest elevated field in the country in Division I, okay? App State, good football team, just beat East Carolina, and I know Wyoming, Peasley, the quarterback, didn't play last week, may not play this week, but when I look at Wyoming, this is a scrappy team. Love what they're doing on defense. I think App State, if you go back, and I'm not a huge trends guy, but within a touchdown, whether it's App State's the favorite or the underdog, they struggle to cover almost every single time. Wyoming is a 2.5-point favorite at home. I think they win by 4. Give me Wyoming minus 2.5 at home. All right, on top of the mountain next to where the Grinch lives, okay, against App State. And then right next to that one, Middle Tennessee, right down the road in Murfreesboro, hosting Colorado State. Colorado State coming off a huge emotional game. Middle Tennessee, I know they got blown out by Bama, but they played Missouri really tight. I think they're a little bit better than what people think. Colorado State comes back down to earth. It's hard to be able to get guys up like you were the week before against your rival with game day there and all this stuff. I think Colorado State kind of sleepwalks into this one. I like Middle Tennessee -3 against Colorado State. I'd probably buy that down to 2.5 because I hate 3, just like Wyoming's at 2.5. I'd take that one down to 2.5. But give me Middle Tennessee, give me Wyoming, give me the Arkansas LSU under 56.
I like it. What do you like over there?
First one, obviously, give me A&M -7.5.
Are you going to buy it down to 6?
If you're gonna do anything, buy it down to 6.5. Make it into a 1-possession game, guys. Look, all right. You want it to be a feel-good story. You want them to sit here and feed you a bunch of hope or stuff like that. Auburn's going to lose this game. If anything, I'd play this game up to 13.5.
Really?
Texas A&M's a lot better.
Double-digit Texas A&M.
I don't think he's crazy.
They're a lot better roster right now. I think Peyton Thornhill has to prove it in his big moments. I don't think he has right now. And anytime we bring in Robbie Ashford, I just go cry in the bathroom. So
this from the same guy who just all offseason, you just mocked Texas A&M.
Yes.
Now they're going to have a double-digit win.
Yes.
All right.
100%.
Well, it's like I don't bet. And we don't, and I think on this show we don't carry water for teams. We tell it how we don't sit here and say, oh, I'm a fan of this team, so I'm gonna gas this team up. I'm harder on Auburn than anybody. I was. Go back and watch the tape with Brian Harsin. But I bet to make money. Mm-hmm. I'm not betting to make myself feel better about something. I am betting to make money, and I think A&M. I'd buy it down to 6.5 because weird things can happen on a backdoor cover.
True.
Right? Auburn runs a pump back, something like that. But I like A&M -6.5, and I don't think you'd be crazy to take the under at 52.5.
Yeah, I don't think so. If Auburn's offense shows up, that's when you get worried. Because I think A&M's offense is going to show up. I think
they will.
Front seven from Auburn's good enough to stop A&M's running game. And I think Wegman's the real deal. But it's just I need to see more. I've seen good things out of Wegman so far, but I need to see more. I still think it's too early to put him in the elite of the elite. Mm-hmm. So that's one for me. And then I like Tennessee -20.5 against UTSA. I think UTSA has not shown to be the same team they were last year. Tennessee, you're coming off a big loss against Florida. You really have to show up in this game. I think Coach Heupel will get everybody back and they're going in the same direction. I think Tennessee shows up. I think Tennessee wins big. That's what I said.
I had that one too on my list.
I'm telling you.
UTSA's been the biggest disappointment.
I'm hands down. I don't know who Frank Harris is this year.
He's not.
Well, they lost. You lose both your co-OCs.
Mm-hmm.
You lose 52% of production on the offensive side of the ball. Army made me a lot of money last week, boys.
Yeah.
I realized Frank Harris was out.
Then I'm probably taking Duke. I'd buy this down a point. Duke -20.5 against UConn. UConn playing okay. They're 0-3 this year. This game is at UConn. But I think Duke's a highly underrated football team. And you go through their schedule, Duke's a covering machine right now. So give me Duke on the road. Buy it down. It's 21.5. Get it at 20.5. I think Duke's going to run away with this game early.
What do you like, David?
I like it. I like Notre Dame +3.5. You can get them with the plus money. To be honest with you, I mean, the money line's +135. Notre Dame at home. I mean, we still have some questions about what the Buckeyes are exactly going to be with Kyle McCord at quarterback. Now, 63-10, they exploded for a 35-point second quarter last week. So you see what they're capable of with Marvin Harrison Jr. and all those guys on the outside. But like I said yesterday, typically I would just say, hey, the Buckeyes are just going to out-athlete Notre Dame at every single position. But this year it feels different. You got your guy at quarterback with Sam Hartman. So +135 on the money line. If you're feeling like that, go ahead and take it. But the +3.5, especially, I think
you would think this game would be a field goal game.
It's at Notre Dame. I really like that. Florida State -2 is really interesting right now. Obviously, they're on the road at Clemson, but I think they got a wake-up call last week against Boston College. And we'd circled this game all off season that hey, this could decide the ACC championship, and we could see a rematch of this later in the ACC championship the way that it's structured this year. I really like Florida State -2 at Clemson. How you guys feel about that one?
Look, if I'm gonna bet it, I like Florida State -2. I like Florida State -2.5. My only reserve on this game, I am not going to touch Alabama Ole Miss or Florida State Clemson.
Nothing in Alabama Ole Miss.
Nothing in
not
Alabama,
even the under. Nothing under 55.5.
Not. I am not touching that. Betting wise, like we'll talk about it, break it down. I can't wait to watch it as a lover of college football. But I've got a sneaking suspicion. It's not one that I need to bet on. Like there's so many other games on the slate that I want to bet on, but like I feel like Bama with Jalen Milroe, like I feel like it may come together a little bit for him this game. But like there's a reason that spread ain't gone down from 7. Is this the turning point with Jalen Milroe where Saban stops being so stubborn and Tommy Rees stops being so stubborn, and they really run the offense that's more tailored to him from a play calling standpoint during the game. Not that Ole Miss can't compete, but Quinshon Judkins is beat up.
Yep.
They're beat up at wide receiver. This offensive line got punked by Tulane. Like, it just... Bama's going to have some games where they figure it. It's not going to look like USF.
This could be a coming out party for Bama.
It really could. And I mean, it's, again, and who the hell knows, right? I don't think Alabama's an elite team, even if it is a coming out party. But it's just not when I feel like that I'm in love with betting. But the Florida State-Clemson game, what makes me nervous about that is Clemson absolutely has to have this. They absolutely have to have this. And Clemson being a dog at home, I'm trying to remember when the last time Clemson was a dog at home, like against anybody. Was it Georgia? But that was a neutral site game, right? I think they played them. I think that was a neutral site game.
That was in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was in Atlanta. I like Florida State. I know Jordan Travis. Somebody said Jordan Travis there's some questions there. So
about him being injured?
About him being injured?
Yeah, no, if he's injured, then that would change everything.
For sure. The under, though, what's it sitting at right now?
I don't have the under.
Like, I had, you like the over? Really?
Yeah.
I think Clemson's the best part.
Oh, the
55.
State game. I thought we were talking about Alabama Ole Miss game.
No, yeah.
No,
What's
it's
55?
It's 50.
Clemson,
Florida State is 55. Alabama, Ole Miss is 55.5, which I like the under.
Yeah, I like the under.
I like the over in the Alabama game. I would probably take the under in the Clemson-Florida State game because Cade Klubnik has not proven it to me yet.
He hasn't. I got to see how they call.
When you say they have to have it, I mean, do they though? I mean, it's not like Dabo Swinney's job is.
No. I'm talking about for them to be able to have a chance to win the ACC because now you lose this one. The reason that Duke loss hurt so much for Clemson, outside of it being the first game of the season, right, and it being Duke, honestly, is a conference loss, right? And there's no divisions now in the ACC. So you drop a game to Florida State, now you have 2 conference losses. You lose the tiebreaker to Duke and Florida State. And if you look at the rest of Duke's schedule, there's a chance. Go through it. Go through it real quick. Duke.
It is. All right, so you got UConn this week. All right, you got Notre Dame next week at home.
Not a conference game.
Nope. NC State at home.
Winnable.
Go to FSU.
Loss.
Go to Louisville.
Winnable.
Wake at home.
Winnable.
Go to North Carolina.
Tough, but winnable.
Go to Virginia, then you got Pitt at home. Doable.
I mean, you got 2. There's a chance that Duke could lose 4 games and have 2 conference losses. And then you now have the tiebreaker over Clemson, right? And now it's Duke and Florida State, or maybe it's somebody else.
That Duke at Louisville game. That's
that one in North Carolina. North Carolina's right there because, again, too, if you're Clemson, you're looking at North Carolina right there, too. And I don't think they play North Carolina. I don't think Clemson plays North Carolina this year, unless I'm just absolutely losing my mind. I don't remember seeing that on the schedule.
Clemson does play North Carolina.
Where at?
It's at home.
At home.
Yeah.
So,
Clemson
again.
has FSU, then at Syracuse, Wake at home, at Miami, at NC State, Notre Dame at home, Georgia Tech at home, North Carolina at home, and at South Carolina.
Keep in mind, Florida State will play Miami too.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, so if you're Clemson, you lose this one, you're probably having 3 conference losses. Going down to Miami and Syracuse, which, Syracuse still got to kind of prove it a little more. It looked better against Purdue than what I thought. But you got another one you like?
Yeah, there's a couple others here. BYU +9 at Kansas right now. BYU, big win over Arkansas last week. Kansas beat Nevada, I think, 31-24, something like that. It just the line just it stuck out to me because I didn't think BYU would be such an underdog, especially over the touchdown hook there. So +9, I like BYU at Kansas, and then a couple others I was looking at. How do you guys feel about the Utah UCLA under right now? It's at 51. I like the under.
I like Utah.
What's the deal?
I like taking a side with Utah in here.
I don't know if Cam Rising's going to play.
Well, it's not. And 2, we got to remember this. I know you guys do, but to our viewers, by the way, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment in, hit subscribe, all that great stuff. Remember, it's not just Cam Rising. Brant Keithy is coming back eventually too. And he's outside of Cam Rising, and I guess you could say Jaquindon Jackson. He's their most talented offensive player, in my opinion. So, but on the other side, Dante Moore, starting quarterback at UCLA now, coming into this game on the road, right? Huge first big road test, crazy environment at Utah.
Under, man.
I don't think you're crazy to take the under at all. I think this is going to be a slower paced game, especially if Cam Rising doesn't play. But I think Utah covers the 4.5 against UCLA. I really do. That's funny you say that. I think TCU is only a 6.5 point favorite right now against SMU. I like the way that they've bounced back after the way they looked against Colorado. A couple other sneaky ones to keep your eye on too. Sam Houston State plays Houston this week. Sam Houston has covered twice this year, and I don't think they've scored more than 17 points the whole year, something like that. Defensively, they're really, really good. Houston is really, really bad offensively. They are just absolutely falling apart. When I need to see if that spread's moved at all, but that's one I had circled that a lot of people probably wouldn't think of. I'm finding it right. Scanning. Sam Houston is plus 12.5 on the road to Houston. The over-under for that game, 38.
38.
38.
For a Houston game?
For a Houston game.
Yeah.
Sam Houston versus Houston. I don't think you'd be crazy to sprinkle some on Sam Houston plus 12.5. But there's some really good lines on this board. Arizona's only 11.5 favorite at Stanford.
How about Oklahoma minus 14.5 at Cincinnati?
I think you buy it down to 13.5.
That's a game I'll live bet, to be honest.
Well, Cincinnati's defensive line is good, but that's it.
With Oklahoma first. Because Oklahoma's looks like, top tier.
I'm telling you,
prime,
I've watched a couple
prime rib right now. They look good,
games.
but I want to see.
What about Colorado, Oregon over under at 71.5?
I would rather take the Oregon
under?
TTP.
I'd
rather take the Oregon
Which
TTP.
is what right now? That's
I don't think
a good
it's came
bet.
out yet. I haven't seen it. I think Oregon could drop a 50-piece with some Cajun fries and honey biscuit.
And if they do, and Colorado scored 21,
What if Colorado
you'd still hit the under.
What if Colorado wins?
You'd hit the under by the hook.
I know.
What if Colorado wins this?
They're not. I don't know why you keep saying
What if they win?
If they win, this will be the
It's
most
gonna
shocked.
explode. It's gonna explode.
There's no,
They might let Dion be president.
Yeah, they might. He might tell Ukraine.
NFL,
Which also, I'm glad you posted that video of Deion Sanders yesterday when he was
Yeah,
talking about
man,
the other
really
kids.
classy from
Like that was awesome. That's the kind of stuff right there that if Deion Sanders would do that all the time or most of the time, like I want to be a Deion Sanders fan.
Well, I'll say this,
a good
David.
mix.
I'll say this. I don't like how many times you look at Deion and say, well, he's trashing his opponent. Like a lot of time when Deion's talking, it's about his own team. We think we're gonna win. We think that we're better than what people think they are. Everybody's hating on us. Nobody believes in us. This, that, and the other. I mean, he's not taking shots. He's not like, oh, Oregon really low-key sucks. Like he's not. So I think sometimes with Deion, if he doesn't make it about the other team, he makes it about his team. And I'm actually, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Like me, if anybody's going to talk about my brother, it's going to be me. Like, I'm fine with me talking about it.
Yeah.
But somebody else talks about my brother, then we got a problem.
It's the America thing, right? Americans can talk crap about America, but if some British guy talks crap about America, now I got a problem.
Yeah.
Right? But Deion's created a narrative, right? He does it every week. He almost created a narrative for a season. He is Jon Snowing. It's Jon Snow versus the rest of college football.
For sure.
With a marketing background.
Yes.
Like, he knows marketing now.
Absolutely. He knows how to push the right buttons at the right time, and that's what the great ones do. That's what the great. Y'all got any NFL spreads you like?
Yeah, but real quick, I do want to get to our friends over at Z-Biotics because we all know those Monday and Thursday night NFL games can go late. All right, hell, at this point we know the Friday night games, the Saturday night games, they can go late too. And having some beers with the boys, all right, or maybe some other stuff, in that region, some cold sodas, can lead to some not so fun mornings when you got to get up. Maybe you got to go to work. Maybe you just got to get up and function at all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, that's where Z-Biotics comes into play. They're a pre-alcohol probiotic. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic, okay? Now, I'm going to pretend to know what that means, but I trust it. All right, it was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking, okay? Been there, done that, especially, man, if I drink vodka, it's for some reason, it's like I get punched in the face by Mike Tyson the next morning. Here's how it works. When you drink, we know alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's not this byproduct, it's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for it. I didn't know that. Scientist, PhD.
Now you do know that.
Now I do know that. All right, so just remember to drink Z-Biotics before drinking alcohol. This is your pre-go out. How about that?
Look.
Pre-go out.
I don't know if we can zoom in from the control room, but it works.
Yes, it does.
I've had it the last 3 Friday nights in a row. Actually, we have some right here.
Yeah, you got some right there.
Look,
Z-Biotics.
I'm not
You drinking
saying-
before. I'm telling you.
I'm not
Y'all
saying-
know. All right.
I'm not saying I drink every weekend,
Yeah.
but it works.
It definitely works. So go to zbiotics.com/booster to get 15% off your first order with code BOOSTER at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, which you won't be, they'll refund your money. No questions asked. That's zbiotics.com/booster. Use the code BOOSTER at checkout for 15% off your first order. I'm going to get to the Booster Club real quick. Any bets they like in there before we get to the NFL?
All right, put your bets in here, Booster Club. I will get to some donations really quickly. Let's go to Jack Gross with a $5 donation. Yes, Mel Tucker was dumb, but how much do you think the whole thing's a setup to get MSU out of his contract? Love the show, and go blue, baby.
Yeah.
Go blue.
Look, I'm not going to sit. Y'all know I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest. Look, I think two things. I say this all the time. Two things can be true at once. Mel Tucker was stupid for doing that, right? It's a bad decision, right? In the position that you're in, right? No, read the room. You know what I'm saying? Know what you have to lose. Like, and on the other hand, do I believe Michigan State's super just hurt about being able to fire him with cause?
No, they're not.
No.
They're not.
No,
hurt.
it
But at the same
smells
time,
fun.
they already did try and kind of cover it up. I shouldn't use the word cover up, but I mean, they delayed this as far as they possibly could. Remember, it came out of nowhere when they're like, wait, the investigation ended in July, and now we're just not hearing about it. So if they were really wanting to get rid of him, they could have put a full court press on from a market.
Here's the real question. If Michigan State has the number 2 recruiting class in the country right now and they look great on the field, do they fire Mel Tucker?
I was wondering, I was having this conversation with somebody the other
I don't
day.
think
In today, like I said, they already tried to not promote it in the offseason, right? Like she came forward last December, for God's sakes. Like they could have promoted this whole time, or at least like leaked it. I think that in today's age, like at some point, if you're a public university, like you can't have your head coach doing this.
Yeah, no, like again, it was a stupid decision by Mel Tucker. Like to me,
$70 million, dog.
Like, so you got that much money on the line, and you allegedly are trying to have phone sex with a sexual harassment advocate. Mm-hmm. Like, isn't that like being like Donnie Brasco, undercover in the mob and being like going up and being like, hey man, I'm not wearing a wire or anything, but what's the next thing we got to do?
Yeah.
Like what? What are you thinking?
He has that moral turpitude clause in his contract. I wonder what the language of that specifically is.
It's
because there are teams of people.
Commit sexual harassment.
Teams of people
speaking
going
of
over
suits,
it right
Harvey
now.
Specter's looking at it as we speak.
Wait, this word here.
Yeah, so what do you mean by the word and?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to Malcolm Martin with a $5 donation. Appreciate it, Malcolm. It says, hey, guys, lock in Middle Tennessee at -2 versus Colorado State.
I'm telling you.
I think you can get it at -3 at plus money on DraftKings.
I saw it was -3 literally right now on DraftKings. I think it moved up from 2.5 today. I'm telling you, that's one of the best bets on the board, fellas. One of the best bets on the board. What else there, Blanye?
Let's go to Trey Bodenheimer. Sahaima with a $5 donation.
Bodenheimer.
Appreciate it, Tra. It's so cute that UT and U fans are going at it. It's like watching the Special Olympics to see who will win gold. You go, little fellas.
Hey, you can bet on it. Speaking of betting on it. No, I'm just wondering, what Valtar's got to be, he's probably already on the line. Like he said, he's been in a dark room pacing. If you missed the Florida fan call in with his Get Off My Lawn yesterday, speaking of that, real quick, one more. We got to get to NFL bets and David's Get Off My Lawn.
All right, let's go to, we had a question here. At what point does Yorkman look like a fool for the comments for the Texas-Oklahoma so far this year? Not looking great for the remaining team so far.
Say that again?
Yorkman. All right.
Yeah.
At what point does Yorkman look like a fool for his comments about Texas-Oklahoma so far this year?
See, I don't think he is. Again, you left mom for another woman, and like I'm the oldest. Like what? I'm supposed to sit here and just high five you on the way out? Like you're leaving. You almost broke the family.
Yeah.
You're lucky mom met Greg.
Yeah.
At CBS.
Colorado, Utah.
Yeah,
Arizona,
that's exactly
Arizona
right.
State.
She met old Greg.
A couple Gregs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you tried to break the family up, man. Come on, you hit a scratch off and then went and tried to hook up the first Instagram model you found. I'm supposed to sit here and thank you? Like if I'm Brett Yormark, so Texas, Oklahoma, thanks for the memories.
Yeah, get out of my house.
Fall Out Boy song.
Yeah, get out.
Yeah, it's in the Fall Out Boy song. I don't think he's wrong. He's rooting on the guys that stuck with him. I like it. I like.
So what's going to happen when he has to hand Texas or Oklahoma that conference trophy at the end of the year?
What if he just dropped it? Or just
oops.
threw it? Oh no!
I promise it was an accident.
Yeah,
it was an accident.
All right, let's get into some NFL bets really quick.
All right, let's do it. Anything you guys really like to start? Or
how am I not taking the 49ers minus 10 against
What
the
am I
Giants
missing?
tomorrow? What do you know that I don't?
What am I missing?
Who's poisoning breakfast?
How? Like how?
Saquon's hurt?
Saquon got hurt. The Cowboys was minus 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, rolled. Cardinals rolling the Giants. Rolling the Giants at halftime. They come back. Daniel Jones. Saquon scores 2 touchdowns. Saquon's gone.
Yeah.
Was it Gallman? I know who your backup is. Your best receiver's me. So, like, at this point, and the 49ers, Brock Dirty Purdy's a real thing. This isn't a flash in the pan type of situation. You know,
Brock's
the
for real.
49ers' worst players is George Kittle. He's one of the best tight ends in the league.
That's a great situation to be in.
So, like, at this point, like, how do I not bet this game down to 9.5? And I don't even have to watch it. I don't even have to watch it and feel like the 49ers are going to cover in this game. But what am I missing?
McCaffrey was such a good fantasy pick by me, too. Just
Yeah.
like, I'm just going to score every
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a good situation.
looking good, man. What about Chargers Vikings? And very interesting.
I hate betting those.
A very interesting 0-2 matchup for both these teams.
Well, somebody's got to win. Somebody's
Minus
gotta
1
lose.
Vikings right now, over under 50.
What time's the game?
Yeah.
It's at noon.
Give me the Vikings.
Yeah. I like
At
the
home.
over, right?
At
You
home.
got to take the over,
I like the over.
right? You got to take the
54.5.
over. What's it at?
54.5.
God, it's a lot of points in the NFL, but still. I mean, both these offenses, Kirk Cousins out here low-key balling. Like, we're going to be honest. Everybody's like, oh, Kirk Cousins sucks. He goes 31 for 44 with like 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. Just out here dogging it. But it's going to be great to see him with the Jets.
How about Bills Commanders? Washington's 2-0. Bills 1-1. That line's plus 6.5. Washington over under 44.
Why would I not buy this up to 7.5 and just take the Commanders at home? Why not?
I don't
Sam
know. The Bills
Howell?
looked extremely good against the Raiders.
Dude, did you see some of the throws Sam Howell made?
Sam's a dog. He's a dog in North
Sam was
Carolina.
slinging
I've always believed in Sam. But, I mean, the thing about the Commanders' defense is, we always talk about this on the show, they're basically just, they did what the Eagles did up front. They're basically
Well, and Chase Young's back.
And Chase Young's back. So, I don't know. I see that, but I really like, you know, the Ravens minus 8. All right, you can buy this game down to minus 7. Mark Andrews was back last week, looked good. He looked healthy. No, I don't know if Anthony Richardson's going to play in this game. Got a concussion last week. It's going to be Gardner Minshew. Love Gardner, love the stash. But, I mean, the Ravens are starting to come along a little bit. I like the Ravens one-possession game. If anything, you'll push in this game. I can see this being a 10-point win for the Ravens easily.
Tell you what, man, I like the Dolphins at home minus 6.5 against the Broncos. You know, I still think Sean Payton was a great hire, is going to do good things there in Denver, but Russell Wilson, he just doesn't look the same. And
Well, it's in the second half, they just fall apart.
he doesn't look like he used to. You know, maybe last year was an anomaly just from how bad it was when Nathaniel Hackett was there, but at the same time, you're going into Miami. This offense is as high flying as it gets, and you're able to get this game under the touchdown hook at 6.5. I like the Dolphins here.
I don't think a couple other ones. I don't know why I wouldn't take the Cowboys minus 12 against the Cardinals. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I like that
why not? But probably my favorite bet on the board: Seahawks at home minus 6 against the Panthers.
I like that.
Like, what? You know, we talked about what am I missing in the Niners game? How in God's name is this not a 7.5 point spread?
So, what are you taking for your survivor pool?
I'm taking the Seahawks.
Okay.
So I'm in my survivor. I took the Buccaneers week 1, worked out, and I took I took the Bucks week 2, the Ravens week 1. So once I pick a team, I can't pick them again. Just for everybody out there. So it's the Ravens week 1, Buccaneers week 2. I'm taking the Seahawks at home week 3 against the Panthers. Now they just have to win; they don't have to cover in that survivor league. But I mean, the Panthers. I know they scored late, but their offensive line. I mean, you know, I use this reference all the time. They got more holes than Camp Green Lake, man. Like you and the Seahawks. A lot of confidence after that win on the road at the Lions. I know the Panthers' defense is pretty good, but that's a really tough place to play. I mean, I like to see, and what's crazy is you can get the Seahawks minus 6 for minus 105. I mean, it's not even the Panthers are minus 115.
Well, you know, the Panthers, you lose Shaq Thompson. It's one of your big pieces last game against the Saints. The Panthers are just so good on defense, man. They're so good on defense. They shut down the Saints. If it
They
weren't
gave
for
Derek
Chris-
Carr problems.
Yeah, if it weren't for Chris Olave, I think the Saints might have lost that game. I don't know. Bryce is going to come along. Bryce is going to be fine. At one point, Bryce lined up over the guard.
That happens.
Yeah,
though.
I know,
I see
but
that
I don't
happens more
know.
than what
I just
people
don't know.
think.
I probably won't bet this Panthers-Seahawks game.
I think
I can see the Panthers sneaking up and winning this game.
I mean, I sit here and you know the Jags minus 9.5 at home against the Texans. C.J. Stroud playing well though, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Like he's getting.
Nico
heated up
Collins is
more than
playing good.
anybody. Like it's so there's There's some
What
good
about
bets on the
Cowboys
board.
minus 12.5 against
That's
Cardinals?
what I'm saying. Well, yes.
Yeah. You got to.
Already took it.
Yeah, poor Dobbs. And I don't think, no surgery or science is going to get you out of this. I know
There's not a rocket. This isn't October sky, buddy. You're not going to be able to build a rocket your way out of this one.
At halftime of that Giants game, they were like, wait. We were supposed to be the team tanking.
No, here's what happened. Somebody called the head coach. They're like, hey, you guys realize that we want Caleb Williams, right?
Yeah.
Why are you winning?
You got in the halftime locker room. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like the coach for the Cardinals goes in the Giants locker room. He's like, guys, what are y'all doing?
Man, what are they going to do if they get the first pick? I mean, what's the contract situation with Kyler Murray right now?
You take Caleb Williams and you try to dish out Kyler as quick as possible.
I think that's the right move.
As quick as possible.
For sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Somebody will take Kyler.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, somebody real quick will snatch up Kyler Murray.
And I think Kyler.
I don't know, maybe the Browns.
No,
Deshaun keeps looking like this. I know what that contract.
$240 guaranteed.
They paid that so much.
Find a way.
Couldn't do it.
Hey, you been on the phone with anybody?
Wait, they're calling Michigan State. So what language was in your moral?
Like, hey,
clause?
what's that lady's name again? What's her name again? First class ticket to Cleveland. Let's hook her up. Just a bunch of phones around her. See if Deshaun will call her. Chris Hansen, bring him too. All right, let's. College football's been absolutely great this season already. All right, we know stuff we've thrown on the grill: chicken, steak. I got a new Good Ranchers box coming in, but there's nothing like having the game on, multiple TVs, maybe YouTube multi-view, having food out there cooking on the grill. Now imagine you went to turn the grill on, you're getting ready, it's Saturday morning, all right, you got the boys coming over, all right, and you turn that propane on and it's not there.
It ran out?
It ran out, Dave.
What?
Now I got to run out and have to go get some more, but guess what?
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Get on that phone.
You don't. All right, here's what you do. You hit up our friends at Cinch, okay? They're a propane grill tank home delivery service. They deliver the propane tanks right to your door on your schedule with no long-term commitment or subscription required. Plus, it's completely contactless, man.
Yeah.
All right? You don't have to wait around at the crib. They'll just come drop it off, and you can track the order on the Cinch app from anywhere in the world. So the perfect summer night wouldn't be complete without Cinch. Neither would the perfect tailgate. So go to cinch.com or download the Cinch app and use our promo code BOOSTER, BOOSTER, to get your first tank exchange for just $10. That's CYNCH.com, promo code BOOSTER, BOOSTER. It's a limited time offer, all right? So you better get it in gear. You need to live within a Cinch service area, which is pretty much the contiguous United States, so you're probably a pretty good chance you live in between it, all right? So go to cinch.com/offer for details. Use that promo code BOOSTER, man. I'm telling you guys, all right? We offer y'all great food. We offer y'all great propane.
Send us pictures
great
of it.
clothes.
Let's make a collage.
Let us know. I want a collage, a booster collage.
Yeah.
Speaking about collages, David, you paint a beautiful collage every Wednesday of somebody
paint your
having
picture,
to get
Dave.
their ass off your lawn. If you don't know, David is really an 80-year-old trapped in a middle-aged man's body. And every Wednesday, he tells somebody to get off his lawn. So, Dave, are you waking up in the morning and just having G off your L a ton this week?
The Dartmouth basketball team needs to get off my lawn. Unionization is all the rage right now. Hollywood has been on strike for months. 13,000 auto workers just joined the picket line. And now, all 15 basketball players for Dartmouth College have filed union paperwork. Now, I wish every business treated employees fairly, just like I wish every employee worked hard for their company. But since neither is the case, sometimes unions are a necessity. One instance of where they are not necessary is for student athletes. You go to school. The player said in a statement, many of us currently juggle part-time jobs alongside academic and athletic commitments. That one remark tells me you understand the difference between an actual job and the other activities in your life. No one is forcing you to play collegiate basketball while you get a prestigious Ivy League education. The landscape has changed since I played college sports, and even since Northwestern football tried this in 2015. Athletes can now make money from their likeness, from collectives. They can transfer to a different institution. The system is far from perfect, but at some point, if you feel exploited as a student athlete, then you either need to just be a student and go to class or just be an athlete and try your hand in the G League or the NBA. See, with every action in life comes a cost. These players believe they're paving a better path forward. But what if it's a worse path? What if Dartmouth looks at the numbers like any employer would do and decides to eliminate the basketball program because it drives no revenue and operates at a financial loss? Not only would you cost yourself an opportunity, but you would rob countless others from living out their dreams of playing basketball at Dartmouth. Now, what's more likely, of course, is that Dartmouth recognizes a PR opportunity to finally beat Harvard and Yale to the punch at something and capitulates. But for other student athletes listening, understand, playing sports in college is hard. But don't be resentful. Be grateful for the opportunity. And whenever you're looking to negotiate a better deal for yourself, start by asking the question, how can I add more value? And the best way for Dartmouth basketball to do that is by staying off my lawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love it.
Why
Where
is
am I
it
wrong?
always like? Why is it always like Dartmouth basketball?
Yeah, I'm not trying to single anybody out, but how the hell did that kid all the way to the left make the team?
I know. Like I
That's why he's trying to unionize.
I agree with you. Yeah. Here's what I would do if I was Dartmouth. Like, wait a minute. So how much money did the basketball team make next year? Yeah, you're fired. Now you have to pay for school.
And that's one of the things we're going to see more and more about. We talk a lot about revenue sharing, which I think is going to come, and revenue sharing could be a good thing for college athletes. But all of the other non-revenue generating sports are going to be gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, see, they don't think about this. Like they don't think about that. That's why when everybody's freaking out about the Deion Sanders, like telling the guys that hey, you need to leave. Listen, athletes, y'all want it in the business. Y'all want it in the business of being able to make money. There are two sides to business. You want in the game, you're going to find out there's two sides to it. That's why I think you're going to start seeing these NIL contracts at schools saying, listen, that's fine. If I'm going to pay you NIL and you're going to school A, you got to sign this contract that you have to stay here for at least 3 years.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you got to pay restitution back for leaving. There's two sides of business. And you know what? It's good to learn this way. But like, I'm telling you, like Dartmouth basketball, let me just go ahead and be honest with you. Like, nobody cares, bro. Like, nobody cares about Dartmouth basketball. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't even realize y'all had a basketball team.
Yeah.
I've watched Yale be pretty decent.
Okay.
Right?
First game, Dartmouth this year. You know who they got?
Who?
Good on the road at Duke.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, Duke, that's one of the things they want to unionize for is better conditions at the facility. And it's like, well, you could go play at Duke.
Yeah.
Or you could go play in the G
somewhere
League.
else.
Or like the complaints that I had when I was in college and again, not many, I was like, this is the great, like I'm finally playing college football. This is what I wanted my whole life. But then, I looked around and thought, man, the guy on the chess team can like sign an autograph or get his breakfast paid for.
See, that's
but
totally
I can't.
different.
That's not right. Or the university's making all this money off of Jersey. That's not right. But those things have changed now. That's what I'm saying. Like even since Northwestern tried this, like the landscape is different. So
I'm with
I don't know.
You went 10-18 and lost to Incarnate Ward. So, I mean.
Yeah. How about, again, I would look at them and be like, oh, okay, you guys want to unionize. Okay, yeah, you're fired.
Yeah, but see, and that obviously that's what a normal place would do.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is Dartmouth is going to say, wait.
You got to.
Here's what we could do.
We can beat everybody.
Here's what we could
like
do.
you said.
Harvard and Yale, we could do this, operate still at a loss, and say, hey, we changed college
I wouldn't be surprised
sports.
if professors push this at odds.
Oh, you know that's where it's coming
100%.
from.
For sure.
100% professor.
You know that's where it's coming from.
Professor Schmelman said we should do it. But anyways, all right, I'm ready to get to calls. You ready to get to calls?
Let's do it, because I got Voltar on the
All
line
right, Voltar.
Voltar's on the line in North
Hashtag
Oh,
the
God.
clapback. All right, keep the chat hot, too. I'm going to bounce back and forth to the chat, too. I want to see the comments on these calls.
Josh, what's up, man?
Well, I was just trying to have a good Tuesday,
Yeah.
and then Bearded Gator had to ruin it. And you know what, Bearded Gator? You obviously don't listen to hip-hop or any hip-hop beat. You're Jay-Z in this situation, and I'm Nas in this situation, and I'm about to kill you. But, anyways, here it goes. You brought up our jerseys. When your jerseys in every poll always lose to Ole Miss or UNC jerseys, powdered blues are way better than that butt ugly dark blue.
That is
first
bad.
off. Second off, you brought up other sports like baseball and basketball when we're talking about college football here, buddy. That's how you know your school hasn't won as many championships as Tennessee, 6-3. Check the stats. Third, your quarterbacks in the NFL couldn't even lick Peyton Manning's jock strap. You have no Super Bowl rings and no Pro Bowl quarterbacks from University of Florida.
Tell them.
And one of your best quarterbacks coming out of Florida, me and Blaine Hayden.
Yes.
Tebow.
Yes. Overrated.
He is mid. He lasted a few years in the NFL. He's like, you know what? I can't play. Let me try baseball. Then he couldn't even make it in baseball. He's like, let me go back to the NFL and play as tight end. And all you have to do is Google his highlights as tight end to know in the preseason when he tried to block somebody for a simple run play, he couldn't even block a freaking 5-year-old toddler going after the running back.
I can feel how personal this is for Walter.
Also, you didn't even win a bowl game last year, bud. You went 6-7 and lost to Vanderbilt 30-24. I mean, handle the simple competition, buddy. And so why don't you worry about making a bowl game and winning said bowl game instead of going 6-7 last year and get off my lawn, buddy?
Wow. All right, there's a clap back.
Can't even grow beard.
Gators can't even grow beards.
Oh, boy. All right.
Baltar,
Way to stand up for Tennessee.
We have got to at some point I don't know, like, schematically how this works, but get Voltar and Bearded Gator on the phone at the same time.
I don't know if the world's ready.
Is the world ready for that?
Talking about space-time.
Voltar, are you down for that?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do a boxing match for money. I don't care what we do.
The Crane and Cove.
Golly. Got fan fights?
Yeah.
Let's call Dana. Let's set it up.
Let's call Dana.
We could.
You know Dana now.
New weight class on the card.
Yeah.
Fan fights.
I love
That would be super dope. Walter, you may be a genius, man. Great call. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you.
Oh, that was
All right,
good.
looks like we got another response to the Florida caller because Leroy's on the line in
Dang it.
Alabama. Leroy, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
Good,
up,
Bubba.
Yeah, I'd heard something about some Jessica calling from Florida yesterday. I didn't have time to call and respond yesterday because, unlike the Florida caller, I have a job and a wife and children. But
Jesse knew this was coming. You had to know this was coming after. He called Leroy out by name, singled him out by name yesterday.
you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, Jake, because I don't think it should just be like world-shattering news that somebody from Florida.
Uh-oh. Leroy, you there?
This is not a good time to go out. Leroy, Leroy, hold on. It should not be world-shattering news that what?
Yeah, you kind of went out for a second.
Oh, that a Florida fan can't read because he didn't even pronounce my name properly.
Gotcha.
I love this.
I'm going to be honest, though. I love trash talk, though. I mean, I
it's great.
probably
That's what I
laughed.
live by.
Oh, it's great.
I probably laughed harder at that call than anybody else did.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. And look, it's all in good fun too. It's all in good fun.
Oh yeah, and I mean, hey, you know what? They won the game. They got the bragging rights.
Yeah.
And I'm not really trying to make this a thing that I do all the time, but I am going to have to modify another Nard Dog quote from The Office.
Oh,
I love it.
Hit us.
Hey, and at Tennessee, we're not throwing ourselves a pity party. In fact, it's not a party at all. It's just sad.
Look, man, it's a long way to go. Long way to go. Obviously, we know it's tough to play in the swamp, but you get opportunities, right? And it's got to start with UTSA this weekend. You get Georgia at home. Look, here's the thing. Everybody, it ebbs and flows. That's why I led talking about Auburn. I mean, it's sometimes you got to be able to see the beach through the forest. Now, if we're 6 weeks from now and Tennessee hasn't been what they thought Tennessee was going to be, then you can start asking some questions and inferencing more from what's gone on. But there's a lot of opportunities ahead, including Alabama, including Georgia. So it's before people just start. It's amazing. Before that game, everybody wanted to fire Billy Napier, and everybody was loving Josh Heupel. Right after that game, everybody wants to fire Josh Heupel, and Billy Napier now is the smartest man alive. So it just, how the ebbs and flows go.
Oh, yeah, and Heupel's the guy. I mean,
yeah, he's the guy. Yeah, he's the guy.
No one reasonable wants to fire him.
That's exactly right.
A lot of people did things wrong in that game, and it's one game. there's
It's one
chances
game.
to bounce back and still have a great season. You could bounce back and have an amazing season if you take care of the people ahead of you.
That's what I said to Florida fans. I wouldn't start celebrating yet. I wouldn't start taking victory laps yet when you look at that schedule. So that's what makes it great. It's a roller coaster ride. You never know what's behind door 1, 2, or 3. But no, it's going to be fun to watch.
It is
fun to watch.
Thanks so much for the call, Leroy.
Great call,
we really
Leroy.
appreciate
Thanks,
that,
buddy.
man.
I want some Notre Dame, Ohio State
Thank
hate.
you guys. Y'all are awesome.
Oh, dude,
thanks,
of course.
What'd you say?
I want some Notre Dame, Ohio State hate.
Oh, yeah. Let's get it in here.
Anybody, what comments?
Just laughing. Everybody's laughing their ass off in here. Love the calls. Stephen Moore says, God, it's just getting dirtier and dirtier by the moment. Tristan says, I need a salty Ohio State fan.
Yeah, I need somebody who's going to call in and be pissed from Notre Dame. That's the real question.
That's what we need.
All right, I want somebody just out there eating Lucky Charms and run around in a green hat to call in here and start screaming.
Sam Hartman calling.
Yeah, who we got next?
We got Glegby from Chattanooga. Are you a Notre Dame fan, Glegby, or what?
Oh, no, I'm here talking about the Vols. Listen.
Oh, there we go. Tennessee came out today.
You knew they would.
We did. Look, I stand with Voltar, and all these other Vols guys out here, but listen, they didn't go far enough. All right, Jesse, I heard you, and I got a message for all you swamp rats out there.
Oh,
Tell
here we
'em.
go.
You beat us. All right, I'll give you that one. But you know what that means? Who did you beat? You beat a quarterback that couldn't hit the backside of Lizzo if his life depended on it. And you beat a defense with more holes than the plot of a Star Wars sequel. So congratulations, I guess. But you know what? There's a reason why we struggle in the swamp. Because we have standards, and we play in a swamp.
Yeah.
Think about it. What comes to mind when you think about swamps? Parasitic bacteria and politicians.
I was going to say Rosie O'Donnell, but same thing, yeah.
He said I repeat myself.
Same thing, exactly. So, forgive us, Tennessee, if we have a problem acclimating to your dank, dirty environment. Our players probably can't shake the unmistakable association with John Fetterman and Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, God.
Now
it's getting real.
By the way, speaking of endemic corruption, I got to ask, how much did Billy Biden Napier pay that ref to kick the ball? Now, you may say that didn't lose you the game, but I don't care because it's still a dirty, dirty move, which is exactly what I'd expect from the swamp. And before you go clutching your pearls and say, oh, we would never, let's not forget, it wasn't long ago when 31 players on your team were arrested, most on felony charges. So, yeah.
I was wondering if anybody's going to bring up Aaron Hernandez. Yeah. I was wondering what that was.
Oh, Glegby. What a call.
Jesse brought receipts, so I've brought them too. All right?
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Total win record. Vols 867, Gators 755. So that's more than 100 more wins. Bowl game wins. Vols 29, Gators 24. SEC championships. Vols 13, Gators 7.
Oh boy, brought up the
National
big book.
championships. Vols 6, Gators 3. Best NFL player to come out of the school. Vols, Peyton freaking Manning. Gators, Tim the Loser Tebow, whose NFL
I love all the Tim
only
names.
second to Johnny Manziel.
Emmitt Smith, maybe.
All right?
Yeah.
So when I say that Tennessee has standards, as you can see, the math doesn't lie. So you can take your victory lap. That's fine. We get a little rattled when we come to your dingy, dank, corrupt little home. In fact, you should probably change your name. I suggest the amoebas, because of all the swamp creatures out there, you remind me a lot more of spineless parasites than you do of a predator.
Wow.
Why don't you come up to Knoxville and see how it goes next year? Oh, wait. You already did last year. You remember what happened? We bent you over our knee, gave you a good spanking, and then revoked your allowance for the next 6 months. It was a real Lucy situation.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Glegby, well done, sir.
Glegby.
Well done, sir. Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Glegby, great
I'll
stuff,
tell
man.
you what, man. This is a way to wake up.
I want to call in.
This is a way to wake up.
Just
in the
walk
morning.
outside and call in.
All right, Glegby. We want to hear from you next week, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, y'all be hearing Rocky Top in your nightmares. I'm just saying.
Hey,
Don't
look.
worry, I already do.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Hopefully. All right, Glegby, thanks, buddy. Call
Oh,
soon.
man.
All right, thanks a bunch,
Thanks.
man. All right, let's go to Hunter in Arkansas. Hunter, I don't know what to expect now.
Yeah.
First off, Tennessee fans, they might be the greatest fans now.
They're pretty awesome.
It's like Red Bayou said, the old coach of Louisiana. It's give me that green book. It's gonna get awfully physical out here.
Also, this is Woo Pig Bolt here.
Nice.
Big Bolt. Yeah, Chargers.
Hey, how you feeling about this weekend?
This one about to say. I feel like I have to apologize to the football god Blaine because I have to face the Vikings at 12 o'clock or at noon Central, our time in Central.
Mm-hmm.
So Kirk Cousins, best time to play Kirk Cousins, or if you're a Vikings fan, I guess.
100%.
And then I have to play LSU in Baton Rouge at 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's a bad combo, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude,
I would
bad
start.
combo.
That may be something you may have to ancestry.com that one.
I mean,
somebody did something. I don't know if it was you. I don't know if it was your great grandfather.
First thing I do is call a priest.
Yeah.
All right, you call a priest and get a blowhorn.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
figure out your
exactly right.
chakras, how you feel in the morning, because it's not going to be a great situation. Just know, hey, I know Kirk Cousins at 12. You're walking to Death Valley at 6. I have to go watch Auburn get killed by A&M. So, buddy, you're not alone in this boat. All right, it's a life of pie situation. I'm the tiger. You're the little Indian.
Michigan has Rutgers.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I don't
Michigan.
Wanna, I don't
Yeah.
wanna
You got
hear it.
Racket.
Michigan's got the death and blind this week, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
They're undefeated.
All right.
Can't find the school.
Now, I can't let Tennessee and Florida fans have all the fun. It's rivalry week for my Hogs.
All right,
go,
let us
baby.
hear it. Let us hear it.
I'm going to talk some ish to LSU fans. Well,
Here we go.
boy.
Dangerous
Hey,
road to
I am
go down.
all ears for this one.
Buckle up.
Yeah. I'm all ears.
You're probably not listening to it live because it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday about 8 o'clock, and you're already drunk probably. So you ain't really paying attention.
That's true.
I don't want to hear any trash talk from any LSU fan until you learn how to spell the word "go." It's 2 letters, not 5 or whatever it is in Cajun land. Yeah, y'all fake French people. We know how Americans feel about the
Hey, don't
French,
offend
even the
Jake.
fake
Hey,
ones.
you watch
Don't
your mouth,
offend
Blaine.
Jake.
Don't, Hunter, you go. Talk your ish.
I'm not. No, French people. We've had to bail you out too many times. you ain't worth America.
I
Arkansas
agree.
is America. So Arkansas is going to win by 1 million this weekend, and next Monday I'm gonna call like Baltar when Tennessee wins, and I'm gonna talk all the ish to the 17 second cousin LSU fans.
All right, Hunter.
All right,
Hunter.
I love it.
You
I'm going to
open the
Arkansas
door.
to get him one.
Hey.
Put water in Buck Nash's mother's dish.
So I wish all the bad things happened to you and only you.
And only you.
Comments real quick. What's going on over there?
Thank you, Hunter.
Voltar, $2 donation. Way better than my call. We need a compilation vid.
Yeah, we do. All right, who we got next, Dave?
All right, we got Caleb on the line in Colorado. Caleb, what's up?
I was going to talk about Air Force football, but first, the 3 of you need to get off my lawn.
Uh-oh.
All 3 of us, huh?
Because all 3 of you, especially you, David, because I've been sitting here for about 20 minutes on a punk alert, and I finally got to you now.
Yeah. You know what?
Hey, you got to. Sometimes you got to get the check. Sometimes bad communication.
If Florida fans can't stop acting like children and can't be grown-ups for a week.
Unacceptable.
SEC fans.
Yeah, Etsy, what do you expect, Caleb?
Yeah.
Anyway, last time I called a couple of weeks ago, I talked about how I rediscovered college football.
Mm-hmm.
And case in point, last Friday, I went to an Air Force game for the first time in 11 years.
Nice.
Wow.
Dude, that was a great game to go to. They beat the hell out of Utah State from the jump.
Yeah. So, that leads me to something that you said, Jake, about 3 weeks ago, where you thought that maybe Air Force could go undefeated and be that flying the ointment out of the group of 5. And I almost put my Dr. Pepper when you said that.
Oh yeah, talking about Air Force. Yeah,
Yes.
Navy with Dewberry. Obviously, it's Newberry. It's going to go undefeated and cause some problems.
So, yeah, the thing is, I'm looking over at Wyoming, who not only beat Texas Tech, but gave Texas 3 quarters of hell, and thinking they could probably be the ones who stop us in the Mountain West. And, Boise State is also
Boise will be tough. Fresno State, do y'all have Fresno State this year? I was actually looking at this yesterday.
We do not.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I have the schedule as you wanted.
Yeah. Go ahead. Hit me with it.
All right. So first off, just to recap, our first 2 games were against one guys only. We had Robert Morris and Sam Houston.
Yeah. Man, y'all beat those 2 guys pretty good.
Then we beat Utah State on Friday, and now this week we are at San Jose State.
Which I like, y'all. I like that matchup. San Jose State can't stop the run. Air Force runs it. You're like, oh, yeah, well, they run triple option. It's still a crazy number. They run it 95% of the time.
That's a lot.
That's incredible.
We ran the wishbone and didn't run it that much.
Like, it's incredible. I love what Troy Calhoun does. But go ahead, Caleb.
Then home San Diego State.
Winnable.
Under.
Very winnable. All right.
And then home Wyoming.
Yep.
At Navy.
Win.
At Colorado State.
Win.
Army neutral site.
That's going to be a hell of a game.
At Hawaii.
Win.
Home UNLV.
Win.
And then at Boise State.
Fellas, I'm telling you.
Awesome problem.
You take it, you get most of your tough ones at home. That one at Boise may be, like Fresno, I think, is going to have a really good chance. They got the kid from UCF to transfer over at quarterback. I like Fresno, and they replaced Tanner with a pretty good player. But I tell you what, man, that game against Boise at the end. I'm telling you right now, another bet I like that they're playing on Friday, so I was going to wait to talk about it then, is San Diego State at home versus Boise. They're 6.5-point underdog at home.
San Jose State?
San Diego State.
San Diego.
Sorry.
They just
San
can't
Diego
score.
State. I know, but Boise State's not exactly. The green kid, they're trying to treat him like he's Drew Brees. He needs to run around. They got a Milroe situation going on out there. But Caleb, I'm telling you right now, man, I would not be shocked if Air Force ran the table.
Well, the expectation around here is usually about 10 wins a season, and finally winning the conference for the first time. You haven't won the conference since 1998. Back in the old WAC.
Well, they hadn't won their opening conference game for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And were able to get over the hump versus Utah State. It's one of the reasons why I bet
what does that say above me?
Believe.
Boom.
Believe,
Caleb.
Appreciate it, Caleb.
Caleb, thanks, buddy. Send us some pictures next time you go to another Air Force
Hell
game.
yeah, dude. That campus is so cool.
It is. Colorado Springs.
Send your photos over. Thanks, Caleb.
Golly.
All right, next up, Cody in Illinois. Cody, what's up?
Cody, update?
All right, who is ready for a QB 10 update?
Let's go.
Was it Ball State this week?
Let's go. If you didn't know, he started David Cohn as a freshman quarterback at Michigan on NCAA.
06.
Yeah. And it's going down.
Yeah.
How did it go this week? Ball State, they handle business?
All right, Ball State was last week. So
that's right.
Okay. Complete thrashing. So this week it is number 10 Michigan at 9-1 going into Indiana.
Come on, let's put up some numbers.
All right. So stats first. 15 of 24 for 195 yards.
Efficient.
5 touchdowns. 1 interception. And Michigan wins 44-14.
Okay.
And 5 touchdowns? 5 touchdowns?
Are we in the Heisman conversation now, or is it too many interceptions?
100.
Too many interceptions early?
I'm pretty sure we have too many interceptions. So the season stats so far, before going into the game, we are 184 for 324 with 2,543 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions.
Well, that's a Michigan record.
Hey,
that's a Michigan record.
That's a hell of a year for the freshman QB.
Which look, I think JJ McCarthy has a serious chance to snap the touchdown, Chad Henne's touchdown record. But what's the completion percentage on that?
Yeah, dude, Codes was dead ass worried.
Just over 50%.
Oh, not winning the Heisman with that.
You're not gonna complete many passes, but
you said 48 awareness.
So that's pretty accurate to real life.
You can't operate a motor vehicle.
Nah, they don't let me drive. They don't let me drive anywhere over here.
Oh man! So all right, anything crazy going around, or is it setting up? Is it the game?
So I made a mistake last week. The Michigan State Penn State game is next week, the same week as the game. So
oh my God,
we're gonna know pregame what's going on.
Separation Saturday.
Saturday.
Wow.
But I will say, since Cohn's pick 6 against Penn State, he has been a man on a mission.
I'm telling you, they got after your ass in the locker room.
They did.
Called your dad.
They let me know.
Called your dad.
The seniors came over.
I guess your father, Gerald Gardner, wouldn't want to let us know his son's.
That's all they had to say. What are the stats since the pick 6?
Very good. I'm pretty sure it's something like 17 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Goodness gracious.
A lot, though.
Sophomore year's looking good.
But since that pick 6, this man's on a mission.
We appreciate it, Cody. Thanks so much, brother.
Cody.
Cody, thanks, buddy. Can't wait for the Jake Crane Road to Glory.
Give me Ohio State money line.
You would. This guy.
Thanks, Cody. We appreciate it.
Like
Dude, I get
like
more
a
kick out of
redheaded
that.
step cousin. Oh, man. All right, Peter in California. Peter, what's going on?
Peter, you don't run around in tights.
Say something mean to Blaine, Peter.
Good morning, everyone. How's it going?
Hey, Pete.
Peter, what's up?
What's up? So I was very surprised by the outcome of the Seahawks versus Lions game. I really thought the Lions were going to win that game.
Cost me a 3-leg parlay.
So I've got my betting picks for all of you this morning. So Florida State 3.5, USC by 20, USC minus 20.5, Texas minus 15, Ohio State money line minus 3, as you just said, and Washington by minus 14. That's what I'd go with if I was betting.
Is that a teaser? Are you parlaying those?
No, I'm just getting my over/under pick.
Gotcha.
So the Buckeyes, you're taking money line or minus 3. Which one was it?
I went with money line for Ohio State. I'm really predicting they're going to be the underdog winners. Also, I've always wanted to follow in your footsteps of the podcast, so I've got some awesome podcast recommendations for all of you. Good Morning History, which I discuss the most notable moments in history, including sports history, every weekday morning, and Classic Book Showcase, which I read classic books almost every weeknight. I'm live on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and sometime after going live on X.
Nice, Peter. Cool.
Love it, man.
Go check it out, man.
Check it out.
Hey, good luck in your bets this week.
Hey, buy that point, Florida State, man. Don't sit at 3.5.
Get that point. Buy that point down.
And Jared Goff did bounce back after that pick 6.
He did. I mean, you got it. I thought when they got it to overtime,
the Seahawks-Lions games are always like this.
Yeah,
they're
really
always
are.
scrappy.
Take the
They're
over.
always one possession.
Yeah.
The over always hits. It's always going to come down to the last possession.
I should have just bet the over.
All right, it's always like
I should have just bet the over.
It was a sneaky game, a great call.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all today.
Definitely. All right, back to the chat.
De La Busta and Angelo Raymond, $5 donation. When did this become the Paul Feinbaum show?
I know.
I'm loving all the trash talk.
I know. We just need to set up I mean, in the chat, too. I mean, you got a good one. You got a good zinger. We'll read it. But it's what it's about, man. You know? And there's keeping it respectful, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not just some, lady from the middle of nowhere, Alabama, just screaming into the phone.
All right, let's go to Peter Abrahamson. He says, rack 'em. Says, please don't turn the show into the Jim Rowe Show, boys. The smack off days are dead. I feel like there's a good mix there.
There's a good mix. You got a little bit's fine, especially like a weekend like this. When you got all these mega matches.
The thing about me is I love it. The more trash talk, the better.
Oh yeah, it's good. But just like in everything, it's good in the right amount, right?
All right, let's go to Bryant Ward with a $10 donation. What are y'all's thoughts on Boise State lines this week? Hit it a little bit earlier. I feel like the books are severely overestimating the Broncos after the performance.
I agree.
The past 3 weeks.
I agree.
Overestimating?
Yeah, I think San Diego State money lines at plus 205 right now is a pretty good play, man. But honestly, to me, the under at 45 I think is a pretty good play because San Diego State's going to run the ball. Boise State at some point has got to try and get back to just understanding that the Torian Green kid doesn't need to just be a pocket passer. I think Maiden struggled to throw the ball too. I think kind of what both coordinators, offensive coordinators, have tried to do with the quarterbacks really hasn't worked. When is that reset coming? But that game is Friday. Boys, listen to this Friday slate now. There's some good lines out here too. Wisconsin, Purdue, NC State at Virginia, which I think I'm going to look at that NC State TTP. That's another bet, total team points I'm going to look at. Boise State at San Diego State, and Air Force at San Jose State. Air Force, a 3.5-point favorite on the road against a San Jose State team that couldn't stop a nosebleed in a nurse's office when it comes to the run. I'd buy that thing down to 2.5. I don't think you'd be crazy to parlay NC State money line, San Diego State money line and Air Force money line for a nice little 3-teamer at plus money. I don't think
you'd
you'd
get
be
some
crazy at all.
good odds on that.
Good value at that.
All right, let's go to Tristan. He says Ohio State fans won't call in because they're afraid of taking another L to Michigan when Daddy Cone puts them down.
I had somebody on, we led the show up talking about his Ryan Day underappreciated. They go win this week at Notre Dame. I mean, you got to give that man a lot of credit with Kyle McCord. We broke down the game. If you haven't seen it, we have a full preview and breakdown where we analyze both sides of the ball for both teams on the YouTube channel. Find that breakout from yesterday. Notre Dame, speaking of, I saw a stat, and again, I don't fall in love with these trends, but home atmospheres matter. We say that, again, you're either down 3 or you're down 7 when you get off the bus in some places. Notre Dame is a home dog in their last 11 games is like 9-2. Like, it's like something ridiculous like that. So that place is going to be absolutely rocking.
Yeah, no, I cannot wait for that game. And I just put together a little DraftKings bet slip with the parlay you mentioned, NC State, Air Force, and San Diego State. That's plus 500 right now. Plus 500.
I don't think you'd be crazy to sprinkle a little bit on that.
Let's go to Cope 19. He says, no need to be salty, buddy. The Buckeyes are going to roll Notre Dame.
No.
He's talking about old Tristan.
Okay, well, so I don't know if anybody's going to roll anybody.
If you're real, call in, buddy. RRPP, Tennessee coming out after getting absolutely dominated all night. It's hilarious. Complaining about the rest when you lost by 3 scores is beyond hilarious.
This is a big week for them, too, like we said, with the UTSA.
Need to bounce back.
Look,
Tennessee's got... Can we pull up their schedule just real quick before I get up here and read these bets? Let me pull up their schedule. I know you get Georgia at home.
I got it right here.
Right? Which that's a win. Tennessee can win that game.
Yeah, UTSA this week.
Yep.
South Carolina at home next week.
Yep.
You have A&M at home the week after that.
Golly, they ever play on the road?
Then you go to Alabama.
Oh, there, yeah,
Then you go to Kentucky. You have UConn at home.
Winnable.
You go to Missouri. Georgia at home. Vandy at home.
Mm-hmm.
How are we feeling about that Memphis-Missouri game this weekend?
I was more excited about it before I saw the way that Memphis played against Navy. They played Navy last week, right?
Yeah, you know how those triple option games are.
I do. That's why I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But I don't know. Maybe you have
5.5. Maybe
a come down for Missouri after their big win last weekend. I don't know.
Where's this game at?
I'm still thinking
it's at Missouri, and it's only 5.5.
I never schedule Memphis.
I wouldn't either.
Never schedule Memphis. They're too good. They're too good. There's the amount of talent that walks around.
Yeah, and it's a great place to transfer to.
Absolutely, 100%.
And be legitimate. All right, yesterday, 9-1, boys.
Let's go, boys. Rack them.
9-1. All right, we're not even talking about foosball, all right, which is our bag. Okay, tonight, look, I love Twins. I'm taking them.
I do too. Twins,
minus 105. Twins, Basil. I'm going to take the Twins money line, minus 105 tonight on the road. Bailey Ober's pitching. I really like him. And then the Nationals on the run line. I can't believe I'm taking this. Give me the Nats at home. End of the year doesn't matter for them anymore. So they're playing loose on the run line, minus 1.5. That's at plus 150.
So you're going Nationals tonight, huh?
I'm going now. I'm keeping it national.
For me yesterday. So did the Rangers. I'm going to take the Rangers again. Money line, minus 142. And give me the Braves, Phillies, Nerfy. No runs in the first inning, plus 110.
Aaron Nola versus the Elder One.
Yep.
All right, 2-0 yesterday. You know what that means.
I went 2 today.
Hands down. All right, I'm going to go bet buds with you, Dave. I'm going to go Rangers money line. I like them today. It's going off at minus 142. Then I took the Orioles yesterday to cover 1.5. They ended up winning that game, so I'm going to flip it up. This series is at Houston, so I'm going to take Houston plus 1.5. I like the guy they have on the mound. Minus 180. Let's keep it going, boys.
Yep. Ace. He's going to go Astros, Orioles, Bradish, and Javier, I think, on the mound tonight. He's going to take that Nerfy at minus 110. Then he's going to go Toronto, the Blue Jays, Kukal at minus 115.
All right, let's go to Freeway Jared.
Yup.
$2 donation.
Yup.
The Memphis-Mizzou game is in a neutral site.
Oh, is it?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, if they played right across the street from Missouri's home stadium, it would technically be a neutral site, but I get it.
All right, let's go to Brian Hall. What's up, Brian? Says, the Air Force dude showed you why the Army and Marines don't like them. The uppity voice and entitlement. Air Force dudes and kids are entitled these days. He says he's an Army Afghan vet here. I don't like this stuff. I don't like when guys like the Army and the Navy.
I like
Only
no.
he can say that.
Yeah. Only yeah.
We can't say it.
Yeah, I know.
But no, I like that there's the rivalry, the commander-in-chief trophy between our three, because I know eventually if we had to squad up, though, if somebody wanted to really come and get a taste, from a war standpoint, we're squadding up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, then you can really play a game called Let's Find Out.
And they'll find out.
Yeah, they'll find out. One day below break cage.
And he got it.
And he get this.
All right, let's go to Bronco Spud. He says, looking forward to the game. I think he might be talking about Memphis, Missouri. He says, you can't run the same inside zone 40 times in a row and expect it to work as a game plan. I don't think.
It's true.
I mean,
He's
it kind
not
of did
wrong.
work, though.
That's why you run outside zone
Yeah.
with it. Inside and outside. All right, let's get to the poll.
Poll. Who covers the spread, baby? A&M, -7.5. Auburn, +7.5.
God, I just hate that number.
Auburn. Money line.
I'm going to say they said we have a bunch of A&M haters in the chat. I'm going to say they said Auburn covers the +7.5 at 59%.
60%. They're out there in full force today.
Who covers the spread? Auburn, +7.5. 59.
Wow. Right on it.
Someone check this man's computer.
Bullseye.
Yeah, you can check it. You can check. It's got DraftKings on it, dog.
Bullseye.
Yeah.
All right, quickly, Caleb Miller, $5 donation. Sorry for biting your heads off. Didn't mean to be rude.
Caleb, you weren't rude. You're
No,
fine, buddy.
dude, don't ever. We already said this. Don't ever apologize.
Yes.
It's a trust tree situation.
Yeah,
guys.
we're here.
Yeah.
You're here. You're under
You're
the
under
wing.
the wing, man.
You're in the Air Force and you're under the wing, which is typically not a good place to
Yeah.
be, but here it is.
It's like it's okay. You're seeking asylum.
Good. Need y'all to cover for San Jose State. Just do that for me.
Trap game.
Top gun.
Trap
All right.
game.
Good job, chat. Job, everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Drop a comment if you hadn't. Check out all the stuff on our YouTube channel. Go to the Daily Wire Plus. Make sure you sign up and go buy some of that merch. We got some great ideas, some new designs we want to throw out there. Y'all buy it out, then we can try it out. We should put that on a shirt. God, I'm on fire lately.
There you go.
We appreciate you guys. And like the chances of Air Force throwing the ball, we're going. Gone. Gosh.